Hi, this is Liz. Good morning. This is my first. Good morning. This is Liz. This is my first ever Facebook Live. I'm excited to be here and I'm just hoping the tech works because I've never done this before. I'm excited to be here today to talk about what is your true nature because this is a concept, your true nature. This is a concept that's really at the heart and core of my work. And it's not an easy concept to necessarily explain because it's something that's you hear it a lot. You're not really quite sure what it means. So I'm here to hopefully give you some insight into what it means to me, because it's been my own journey, living into my true nature that is wanting to share that with you. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Liz Gutierrez. I'm a child, adolescent, and adult psychiatrist, and I've been practicing for psychiatry for 13 years. But my passion, my purpose is really in reconnecting humans, reconnecting people to their true nature. And it's been my own journey living out of alignment with my nature and then restoring and reclaiming and now expressing my true nature that informs my work and what I want to share with others. So everything that I share is from my own direct experience. So I'm not asking you to believe what I believe or you know, to take everything I say just at face value. I want you to have your own direct experience. But if this resonates with you, or if you find it somehow useful, then that's my whole goal. Is just to share. All right, so let's just jump right in. What is your true nature? So your true nature is something you were born with. It's something that can't be taken away from you. It can't be tampered with or compromised. It's just who you are at a core identity level. It's the blueprint, it's the template for who you're designed to be and your potential. So I like to use examples from nature to help me explain concepts, because for some reason humans have a hard time. We have an easier time understanding things that we see in nature, but we have a hard time applying it to ourselves because for some reason we believe we're separate from nature. But we're really not. We're just another expression of life, the same way anything else is in life. So I like to use the example of an oak tree and the progression from an acorn to an oak tree. An acorn is the seed of an oak tree, and it has everything inside of it to become an oak tree. Its true nature is an oak tree. Its true nature is not a pine tree or an olive tree or a maple tree. There's no point in convincing it that it needs or is something else. It just is an oak tree. And in the same way, each one of us is a unique seed that has all of the information to develop into our unique expression of life, whatever that is. it's all inside of us. We may have flashes and glimpses of what that is, but it's already inside of us. We can't change it. We can ignore it, or we can pretend we're something else, or not believe that this is who we are, but that doesn't change that our true nature is what it is. The acorn's true nature is to become an oak tree. It's just nature's design. I like to use the wisdom of nature's design to really inform my work with people. And when you're living from your true nature, it just flows out of you because that's just who you are. There's no efforting, there's no striving, or working against your nature. So let me give you an example here that might be more on a human level. So I have a 10-year-old son, and yesterday he was doing a robotics camp, a virtual robotics camp in our home. And his true nature is a builder. He's definitely got an engineering building mind. And so he has this huge instruction manual and robotics kit, and he's just like loving it. He's like in his zone, just totally like clicking. Everything clicks for him as he's putting together this robot. And I take a look at the instruction manual and all the pieces, and it's clearly not my true nature. That's not how my brain works. That's not my strength. And I was just commenting with him how different we were, that it's so lovely to see him in his true nature where he's just flowing with what he naturally does well, and for me to recognize like that's not what I naturally do well. And there's no right or wrong about that. It's just who we are. Where we humans have gotten so mixed up is that for most of us, we've been conditioned and trained and taught early on to ignore our true nature and just do what we're told to fit into a system, whether it's the rules of our family or the rules at school or in our peer group, or eventually at work, or society. And no one escapes from this. No one escapes from this conditioning. So again, there's no judgment around it. I'm going to explain to you kind of like an evolutionary perspective around the evolution of the human species, so that we don't have to blame. We don't have to blame our family. We don't have to blame our culture or blame our school system, because this is just the natural progression of human evolution. But to help us understand that no matter how old you are, if you've been, living on this planet, how old you are is probably an indication of how many years of conditioning you've had. So if you're 60 years old, you've probably had 60 years of conditioning. If you're 25 years old, you've probably had 25 years of conditioning. And it's just, you can't escape it. It's what we have been subjected to, living here on this planet. And what am I trying to say with this? I'm just trying to give a perspective that all of us, to some degree, some more than others, have been taught to live in a way that ignores our true nature. We can't get around that. And there's no judgment around that. There's no blame around that. It's good to be aware of it, because if you want to reclaim your true nature, you first need to recognize where you have been ignoring or not in connection with your true nature. And for most of us, that's quite a bit. Um, so people, you know, people though are starting to wake up. Humans are starting to wake up to their true nature. And this is necessary because the future of our planet Earth and the future of humanity is so intertwined. The future of planet Earth depends on humanity evolving and growing into our full potential. We're really just at the infancy of our potential as a human. And, so if you've watched those shows about the origins of planet Earth, and, Earth is like 4.5 billion years old, and humans, earliest human ancestors only showed up on this planet about 5 million years ago. So if you put out the entire timeline of human history on a calendar year, humans didn't show up onto the stage until like 8 p.m. on December 31st. So we're really new. We're really new to this planet Earth. And we're still kind of figuring out how to be human. And we've been trying out different things, and and things aren't really working that well, as you can see. But there's no why I say this is I just don't want anyone to feel hopeless or victimized, or to fall into a blaming mode around like, why are humans so messed up? Like, why can't we figure this out? We're ruining the planet, and it doesn't help us to fall into that mode. What we need to understand is that we're just beginning to learn what it means to be human and how to live in harmony with the rest of life on this planet. So the plant species, the animals that have lived on this planet for so long, like they get it. They get how to live on this planet. And they have so much wisdom to teach us. And humans, we've kind of cut ourselves off from this richness of life. And we've created these little societies that we believe are the right way to live, cut off from the rest of the 4.5 billion years of evolution of our planet. And it hasn't gone well. So what we're facing right now is we're facing that reality. The way humans have been living, cut off from the rest of the natural world and all of its wisdom and intelligence and harmony and balance, doesn't work. It doesn't work for us. It doesn't work for the rest of the planet. It doesn't work for all the sentient beings. And so this is our wake-up call. And people are waking up. People are waking up to their true nature. And so that feeling you get inside yourself that, like, is this what life is supposed to be? Like, is this what my life is supposed to be? This doesn't feel like what I'm, like, how life is supposed to feel. Like, I'm capable of, I have more. I'm capable of more. I want to feel better. I want to feel more in harmony with myself. That is a true evolutionary impulse inside of you. That's life itself wanting you to wake up to your true nature, so that you can fall back into harmony with yourself and the rest of the natural world. And that's a part of the evolution of what is happening right now. It's happening for individuals, it's happening on a collective basis. So things are falling apart. Lots of things are falling apart in the human world, in the human constructed world. And while that can be scary and disorienting, and there's a lot of suffering during this reorganization process, I stay really focused on my contribution, because we're all connected. So if I stay focused on my contribution to this larger tapestry of life, then I can stay focused on how I'm contributing to what's going on. And so, okay, I gave a really big cosmological perspective. That's how I tend to think. But I really now want to like zoom back in. So zoom back in from 4.5 million years of the planet, 5 million years of human history, to, we're in the middle of month 4 of a pandemic, to where are you in your life right now, in this moment, watching this video, just like really coming back to this moment right now. Like this is life right now. Life is in the present moment. And everything happens in the present moment. That's life itself. Life is unfolding moment by moment. And how you show up right now really impacts, where your life's going to go and how you contribute to the unfolding of life itself. So each of us as an individual and humans as a collective species has a task to really wake up to our lives. We can't afford the time to just kind of go through the motions of what we've been told to do, what we thought we need to do. Because it's not going to change things. If we all just keep doing the status quo is not going to change things, and we need things to change. And the easiest person you can change is yourself. So, easiest because you have the most control over it. But this process of reclaiming your true nature is by no means always an easy process, but it is a process that is needed and is so worth it. So this desire that you might be feeling in yourself to explore, what is my true nature? Who am I meant to be? What do I have the potential to become? How do I unfold and become the fullest expression of myself in order to add to the tapestry of life on this planet? as a whole, that is the question that I'm interested in asking people and helping them to get curious about and to explore, and then to directly experience, and then to embody, and then to express. So that is a conversation I'm going to continue having and continue sharing. I will be hopping back on at some point to share more. And I look forward to continuing these important conversations. And I'm excited to announce that I'm going to be launching a Live Your True Nature program this coming fall. And it's going to be more than a program. It's going to be an experience. It's going to be a journey, a direct journey into your true nature, so that you can really experience what I'm talking about, not just from a theoretical, conceptual, but from a lived life experience. So I'll drop the link so that you can put your name on the interest list if you're interested. And I want to thank you for tuning in and look forward to talking with you again next time. Okay, have a great day.